Well, ladies and gentlemen, we definitely have some news that just came down the wire. And it's very, very important news here. Now, the Supreme Court, they say, has voted to strike down the landmark Roe versus Wade decision. They say, according to an initial draft, a majority opinion written by Justice Samuel Alito that's circulating inside the court, and it was obtained by Politico. So someone leaked out the decision. They say this has never happened in the court's history, but someone did it. Now they say the draft opinion is, they say, a full-throated, unflinching repudiation of the 1973 decision, which guaranteed federal constitutional protections of abortion rights. It said in subsequent 1992 decision, Planned Parenthood versus Casey had largely maintained the right. Say Roe was egregiously wrong from the start, Alito wrote. He said, we hold that Roe and Casey must be overruled. He writes in a document labeled as the opinion of the court. It said it is time to heed the Constitution and return to the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives. Okay. So it said no draft decision in modern history of the court has been disclosed publicly while the case is still pending. It said an unprecedented revelation is bound to intensify the debate over what was already the most controversial case on the docket this term. Let's say a draft opinion offers extraordinary window into justice deliberations in one of the most consequential cases before the court in the last 5 decades. Some court watchers predicted that the conservative majority would slice away at abortion rights without flatly overturning the 49-year-old precedent. The draft shows that the court is looking to reject Roe's logic and legal protections. Now, they said basically all the Republicans, they voted definitely to strike down Roe versus Wade. But this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. We know, if we know the history of this, we go back to Margaret Sanger. The purpose of her introducing that was to hurt us as a community. That's what it was there for. And they said that she said we were too numerous. We were like weeds. And of course, we had sellout Negroes that assisted her in getting that going. But other groups of people, or white women in particular, were definitely never the target of this. They were never the target. But see, this is the problem. And I knew this was coming. See, the white numbers are low, ladies and gentlemen. They're low. And they know that if they become the numeric minority in this country, and all the things they have done to black people and others, they fear that, you know what, when we get in the minority, we're going to be treated just like those black people because, you know what, we're not going to have no political power. We're not going to have anything. So we got to get these white numbers up. So listen, let me tell you why all this is about getting their numbers up. They put in the provisions in most of these laws that's banning, them getting rid of their children, that even if a woman is violated, she still can't get that. Do you realize what they're saying here? So basically a woman has to keep a kid from being a violator. So now first of all, she was victimized. Now you're victimizing her again. We're making her have that kid. Just because they want their numbers to get up by any means necessary. And yeah, this is why Biden was importing 100,000 Ukrainians here. And you got the other people at the border like, well, how come I can't get in? But they just get right on in. They're Mzungu. That's why they can get in and you're not. Welcome to America. So they want them to come in here. So hopefully they could get the numbers up, right? So this was bound to happen. Oh boy. And on Twitter, they lost their minds on Twitter. They were so mad. They were mad about Trump. They were mad about Bush. They were mad about, he said, see, this is what happened when y'all did a protest vote and not let Hillary Clinton get in. See what happens? And they was hot. So yeah, the white liberal is mad right now. They are so upset by this. Now, how does this affect the black community? How does it affect it? Well, it seems like our numbers are about to go back up a lot in this country. That's what it seems like. For real. because we know they strategically targeted our community with that. And when they take it away, the way they take it, and the opinion is saying basically it needs to be a state issue. That's basically what they're saying. Let the states do it. So, okay, if the states do it, well, you know, all the Republican states can be like, hell no. All the Democrat states can be like, come on. So then you're going to have, you know, getting rid of your baby tourism. That's what's going to end up happening with situations like that. But we know the average person is not going to be traveling that far for that, because it's one thing to pay for it, you know, locally, but it's another thing that you got to get on a plane or drive very far, especially in this climate right now, to do that. You understand? So at the same time, what I would say is, okay, well, pass legislation to give a bunch of money to people who run in daycares, to expand their daycare so they can let more kids in, right? Because people going to need daycare. That's the only thing. Because, like, okay, if you want more babies in the country, fine. Well, you need to be putting a lot of money into daycare right now. I'm talking about the federal government, okay? So we know, like I said, this is all about getting their numbers up. Now, the Democrats losing their minds, but it was something that came out here on CNN. And as you could see here on the screen, Democrat Senate candidates urge eliminating the filibuster and passing protection of abortion rights. So they want to eliminate the filibuster. It says Senate Democratic candidates on Monday immediately called for eliminating the filibuster and passing legislation to protect abortion rights after Politico published what is said to be a draft Supreme Court majority opinion that would strike down Roe versus Wade. They said Democrats need to act now. They say end the filibuster, codify Roe, and defend reproductive freedom, tweeted Wisconsin Democrat Sarah Garlewski. It says this fight is too urgent. It said Democrats have to act quickly, get rid of filibuster, pass Women's Health Protection Act. It said finally codify Roe into law. Tweeted Pennsylvania's John Fetterman, the state lieutenant governor. He said we cannot afford to wait. Y'all, listen to the way they're responding. Y'all realize that they want to get this frantic to get rid of children. They wasn't as frantic about the George Floyd bill. Now were they? They acted. This is your Democrat Communist Party. This is what they run on. Get rid of your children. We get rid of your children, and the children you do have here, let's try to confuse and pervert your children with this agenda out here. Oh, boy, they just doing a number on children, aren't they? Now, let me continue what they say. Control of the Senate has never been more important. This time to end the filibuster, pass the Women's Health Protection Act, and fight like hell to make sure all Ohio families are free to make these critical decisions without interference with politicians in Columbus or Washington, added Ohio Democrat Tim Ryan. So the Democrat National Committee said, make no mistake, reproductive rights will always be on the ballot, and this midterm election is more important now than ever. Okay, so this is the new boogeyman. Well, black people still not coming out to vote for you. We're not coming out to vote for that. Who cares? Oh, now since y'all lost something that's important to you, now you want to get talking about people need to come out and vote? Hell no. Hell no. We ain't voting for nothing. Forget that. That's y'all problem. You want to get rid of your kids? Okay, do you. I can't stop you from doing anything. But that is not a problem for me whatsoever, because I don't even believe in that. I don't. So you know what? I say good riddance. Good riddance. I can't wait for the black community to explode in population, because we need that. If we didn't have that mess in this country, we would be probably 60 to 70 million strong in this country already. So that is a blessing for that mess to go. But this is your Democrats. This is exactly what your Democrats. Now, they say in February, Manchin, he also joined Senate Republicans in blocking the House-passed Women's Health Protection Act, which aimed to preserve access to abortion. Okay. So your Democrats are losing their mind, but they're not losing their mind about protecting you. They're not losing their mind about reparations. They're not losing their mind about anything whatsoever. So now you're going to see them. They say they were losing their mind by the Twitter thing. And then now you're going to see them just acting like it's the end of the world. It is not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world. because go to your OBGYN. They will give you all kind of forms of protection or ways to make sure you don't have children. Consult your doctor. That's what you need to consult. See, let me call it what it is. You want this get out of motherhood card. And you want to do it in a very violent way. You know how to prevent children. You know what to do. And you choose not to. So you say, you know what? Let me go get rid of this human life. Because I don't feel like being a mother right now. But men, we don't have that option. I don't feel like being a father right now. We don't have that option. A woman could have a baby and we got to pay child support. We can't opt out of fatherhood. Hell, we can't even give up our parental rights because the judge will tell you, okay, you can give it up, but you're still going to be paying for this kid. So see, now it equals the playing field. That's how I look at it. And trust me, it's not black women. Let me make sure I say this repeatedly. It is not black women in mass that's complaining about anything. It's Becky, because Becky get rid of her kid way more than anybody else. And the white man know that. That's why he say, you know what? Let me get the Supreme Court straight. Let me get all these states and all that. Now check this out. I was reading what one of them said on Twitter that their long-term plans is to try to get 32 states, Republicans. They said if they can get 32 states, they can make changes in the Constitution. This is how they thinking about it. And what they want is, they say they want to get rid of the federal system. They basically want the states to be able to just do whatever they want to do. And the feds can't do much anything. But you do know, I mean, we did have it like that. That goes back to that states' rights crap. So if I want to put in some, white supremacist law against black people, the federal government can't do nothing about it. That's basically what he's saying. They want to do that so they can rule as a minority. That's what that is, ladies and gentlemen. But once again, I'm just sitting back in my chair and watching the show. And just it is an interesting time to be living in America. Don't you think, brothers and sisters? It's such an interesting time to be living. Watching these folks lose their mind over to get rid of a child. That is wickedness. Like I said, you ain't got to do nothing. You ain't have to do much of nothing, but sit back and watch these people. And it ain't over with yet, y'all. Oh, you think it's over with? This is gonna be an interesting year. It's gonna be an interesting year. It's a whole lot more things gonna be coming down the pipe. You just wait and see. Like my grandma say, just keep saying good morning. You'll see exactly what these people gonna do. But yeah, but this is your Democrat Communist Party here. They want to make sure that if you want to get rid of your child, you can do so. This is why people can't stand that party. I can't stand that party. No, Lord, I can't stand that party whatsoever. And many black people are feeling the exact same way. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the podcast. Greatly appreciate you joining us. Make sure you click the like button and subscribe. That way you know exactly when we post another podcast. If you enjoy the show, leave us a love offering. We greatly appreciate that. And I know you have a lot of places you can listen to your podcast content. You chose us, so we greatly appreciate you doing so. And we just can't wait to make more content, for you. But once again, we appreciate you coming by, and see you next time.